Hey everyone, Anne-Marie Braga here, your DHS Executive Director. I am filming this right after the amazing lunch that we had today. And thank you for all the employees who came out to celebrate our new year. As I told many of you as you walk through the line, if you got fajitas, I had the opportunity to serve you, which was so fun, and it was so good seeing all of you. But I think this lunch happened, I just think the world works in funny ways, and this was supposed to happen. We were supposed to have this lunch today. I know I needed it for my spirit and morale, and I'm sure many of you did as well. It's been a tough couple of weeks with a lot of information coming down from the federal government and us trying to interpret and figure out what to do. And how to feel and all the things. It has been nice to see many of you on the employee town halls that we've been doing too. So thank you for that. You'll get more information from Consuelo, but basically after the third town hall, we just realized or open forum, I think is what we were calling them, that we just have two needs. We really want to serve the need of everyone knowing what to do in their job, if ICE agents do come to our facilities and such. And so we needed to give you some legal information. But then there's also this other need of just processing through our feelings and talking and getting support. So we are now going to be doing some of that information sharing at the division level to make sure that based on your division, things could look a little bit differently, right? If you're in the lobby or if you're a child welfare worker, those kinds of things. And then we're going to continue the employee support sessions as well. We are working with a group who they have scheduling needs too, so I was hoping we could just do them every day for a week at noon, but it looks like it's going to be at a few different times, but you will see those show up on your calendar as well, so please attend those. And I heard the first one went really well. There was a really amazing person there. Second one was very bumpy, and so we are talking with the group about that, and we're figuring that out too, so thanks for your patience on that. And I know things are hard right now, and the mayor actually did a town hall today as well where he talked about, he made an analogy with a snowstorm and how in Colorado, we know how to get through snowstorms. It's hard sometimes and it looks like a whiteout and you're not sure, but you keep going forward and you get through. And so I just feel like we're really lucky to work for leadership of the city who really are holding true to the values that we've already decided. So one of the things I wanted to talk about real quick today, and I don't want this to be too long, but I do want to go over our values because we have our city values of listen, dare, and deliver. And those are very important. Obviously, listening to one another, daring to think outside the box and to stand up and to say the thing. And then, of course, delivering services for the people we serve. But there are 4 more DHS values that we have put into the roadmap, which we will be unveiling to all of you in February. We're going to use the questions and connections time for that. So please come. We're also going to be doing employee awards, which I'm really excited about as well. So please make time to come to at least one of those. But I'm gonna I told our senior leaders today that I'm gonna tell them now. I was gonna wait to unveil these, but I think they're important. So the first of the 4 that are specific to DHS is empathy. That is a word that showed up in the word cloud when we were asking you all for feedback on what you want to be in the roadmap, and empathy was one of the key values that we all share. That's why we do the work we do. We care about how others feel, and we want to show compassion to them, and so empathy is really important. And that's one of the key things we could be doing right now for one another. Inclusivity is another huge value that shows up now in our roadmap, and we've already have been doing lots of things around that, and I just want to be clear, as I was on a couple of the calls, that we will continue being inclusive. We are not stopping anything that we've been doing around inclusivity, and we're continuing to hire our equity, diversity, and inclusion senior advisor to ensure that we are being inclusive, and so we're going to definitely continue that. And then the other 2 are integrity, which to me, when I hear the word integrity, that one is actually very important to me as well. I'm really glad it showed up in all the feedback. Because to me, integrity is doing what you say you're going to do, and if you can't, you explain why. So hopefully you're feeling that. It is hard with 1,300 employees when information or misinformation or is coming down fast and furious. We are all doing our best to make sure we get it to all 1,300 of you, but sometimes we wait a second because we want to make sure it's accurate. So for instance, yesterday there was 2 days ago, actually, there was another executive order about federal funding, and we need to stop, that certain federal funding streams were on hold. And then by the end of the day, that was put on pause. And so, it's just, everything's a little chaotic right now. So we're trying to stay cool about it. Let's see what comes down and let's see what the effects actually will be so we can tell you transparently what the effects are. So that's around integrity. And then the fourth value is balance. Balance is extremely important. Actually, I've always said if I ever got a tattoo, I would have something that symbolizes balance. And so when that kept coming up as well, I was really happy to see that, because for me, balance is the hybrid working at home some of the time, being in the office and connecting with colleagues the other, right? It's making sure that you find a way to get that workout in, or you take that walk, or you call someone in your life that you love that day and take a break from work, right? There's so many things that balance can mean, but to me, it's just making sure that we're balancing our lives. And so that's important. The other thing I wanted to share is that our Office of Social Equity and Innovation, Dr. Ben Sanders and his team have created, in partnership with the mayor, a letter that all executive directors were asked to sign. I'm going to be sending mine out in the connection because I want you to be able to read it and see that I did sign it. And it really does just continue to support our inclusivity efforts and, no tolerance for discrimination. I got a lot of questions from folks around, can we still wear our, pride pins and all of those kinds of things. And yes, absolutely. We're not stopping that. We will not tolerate discrimination to anybody. And so please know that if you're experiencing anything like that, you speak immediately with your supervisor or whoever you feel comfortable talking with, and we'll talk to HR and go through our processes. But we stand with you, and just want to make sure that you know that we're here and that we're not swaying from any of our values. We're going to keep doing those things. And we're also going to make sure we're giving you information on the things that we're being asked for. We're lucky because at the city, we are a little bit insulated from the federal government. When I worked at the state, I've talked to some of my state friends still, and it's a little different. It's a little harder. They're right there working with the federal government. We're a little bit more removed, and we get to be a little bit more independent. So much of our equity, diversity, and inclusion work and all of that is paid for by a tax that people of Denver pay. And so that's something that voters chose to do and to help support human services. And so we don't use any federal or state dollars to pay for those things, so we can keep doing them and feel good about it. So I just wanted to make sure everyone's aware of that. I know this is a longer vlog. Thank you for sticking it out for the 8 minutes and 15 seconds. I appreciate it. Once again, good to see all of you at the lunch. And I'm just a phone call, email, text away. You can also pop up here anytime on the 4th floor. I'd love to see you. Thanks so much and have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.